We're recording. What's up, everybody?
Hey!
How we doing? This is episode 11 of the Meet Me in the Basement podcast on YouTube, Spotify, and Anchor FM. How are you doing, Glenn?
I'm doing, baby. I'm doing.
You doing? Yeah. This was a pretty crazy week.
Yeah. No shit, dude.
Yeah. It's the night of the underdogs for the UFC.
Seriously.
Yeah, it was not really. I mean, the co-main event. That's how I thought it was gonna go.
That's not what I expected.
I know it's not. You're a huge Dan Hooker fan, which I am as well. But I'm a
I
bigger.
would say I'm like huge Dan Hooker fan, but I expected him to do better than he did.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't see it going like that either.
I mean, like
We'll get into them.
Yeah.
But it was insane. So, first things first, I do want to talk about this little book right here that I got, Michael Bisping's "Quitters Never Win." So I don't know. Do you watch the Believe You Me podcast, Glenn, with Michael Bisping?
Yeah, I'm not like religious with it, but
Yeah.
I watch it pretty often.
Yeah, I love that podcast. So they always talk about it, and Bisping's always plugging the book. So I mean, if you're a fan of that podcast, you kind of get his personality, and it really shows through in the book. Like this book's really made me fucking crack up laughing a couple times out loud. So
I love that. That's a good book.
Yeah, I'm gonna give a little spoiler. I don't think you've ever heard the story about Bisping. When he was still like an underground fighter in like the UK and shit, he had his own little shitty apartment in the ghetto, and he tells this story. I guess some psychopath broke into his house and like threw gasoline all over him, was trying to like light him on fire in his apartment at like 2 a.m. So that's chapter 1. So I'm not spoiling too much of the book. There's plenty of stuff. Yeah, exactly. That's where it kicks off. Chapter 1 or 2, but. Dude, he had a crazy life, which a lot of it was kind of brought on by himself, but it's hilarious. I love this book. It's really good. I'm like, I think 100 pages in right now. Really? It's like 300 long, so it's not that long.
Good for you.
Yeah, I'm loving it. It's part of my 2021 book challenge. I'm trying to read 21 books.
I saw that it wasn't like a huge book.
Yeah, the Bisping book or the last one I read?
Yeah, I saw when you got it.
Yeah, it's like 300 pages, like I said.
Yeah.
So very good book. Definitely recommend it. I got the link right here on Amazon for you to check it out. Bam, there it is. Michael Bisping's "Quitters Never Win." Listen to the Believe You Me podcast with Michael Bisping and Louis J. Gomez. Yeah, that's about it for that. So we were gonna have a special feature. We were gonna do a reaction to this band Fangs Out, their song "86 Death Cult," but we had a little technical difficulties today, so we weren't able to have that happen. Dude, you're the one who couldn't get your headphones connected. You're wearing those as like freaking.
I got them.
Did you?
Oh yeah.
I mean, it might work.
Why would I just wear them? Why would it be? Why would it be weird?
I mean, that's something I would do.
Look cool.
Well, he's got his on, so I'm gonna wear mine.
I want to look cool on the podcast, so I gotta wear
mine. Yeah. So unfortunately, we can't do that. We'll do it like the next time or something like that once we get this stuff. We're working with a bunch of new equipment that we don't 100% know how to use. Yeah. So we're not in person, so we can't both be here to try to mess with this thing and get it right. You know, it is what it is. So shout out to Fangs Out. We will get their music on the podcast at some point within the next couple of episodes.
Rock and roll, brother.
Yeah, they're really good. They remind me of like Early Every Time I Die, which is both of our favorite bands. So
yeah, I love that.
So I guess we move on to the UFC 257 reaction. So before we hit co-main and main, any special? Any special shout outs you want to give for that card? Yeah. It wasn't the most impressive card, to be honest with you.
Some of it was really good, all right?
Yeah, some of it. Who stood out to you? I don't really have anything from the earlier fights to talk about.
I gotta pull that. Hold on.
I feel ya. Kid's over here choking to death with his illegal substances.
We good. All right. Well, first of all, I'm really upset about the Khalil Roundtree. Decision loss. I mean, it was a good decision. You know what I mean? I believe that Khalil lost that fight, but it's tough to see. You know what I mean? I expected more from him on a comeback after such a long layoff.
Yeah. Oh, I know who I wanted to talk about was Brad Traverse. Thank you for reminding me of the prelims because I totally forgot Khalil was on the card.
Yeah, I just pulled up the whole card. I mean, even the first kid, Amir Albazi on the early prelims, that kid was crazy, man. His jiu-jitsu and his strength and power, he was really good too.
I watched the early prelims, but I can't remember it.
And I mean Nick Lentz.
I did see that fight.
Dude. He
he retired?
Did he? He retired after that?
Yeah, he said he went in with like 40% vision in one of his eyes, and he was just like, I
Yeah, they
can't
were
do this.
saying. Yeah, he has like I think like is it the same thing as Bisping or
A detached cornea? I don't think so. I don't know. Bisping was
or
pretty much blind when he fought.
detached retina, I think.
Retina, that's what it is. Yeah, probably. I don't know. I forget exactly what it was.
But yeah, I mean, all right, yeah. So you want to talk about Brad Tavares,
That was a
Antonio
good fight
Carlos
too.
Jr.? Yeah, that was a
Yeah,
great fight. I mean, Brad stuffed everything that Antonio tried to come at him with, dude,
I know.
and that was crazy for Brad to be able to do that. I mean, Antonio's like a world class jiu-jitsu guy, so
Hmm.
I
Yeah,
was
one of the
I was
takedown
really
defenses was
impressed
dope.
by that.
Dude, he like went for the double leg takedown.
Yeah,
Carlos Jr. did, and Brad Tavares just like the way he just like stepped back through it, just kept running back and like cut the angle to get him off of him. It was awesome. Like
yeah,
that
dude.
picture
He did.
perfect takedown defense.
I think what was he 2 for 7 or 2 for 8 or something like that on
No,
takedowns?
I want to say it was like
Antonio Carlos
1
Jr.
for 13. Like I think it
Yeah,
was a lot better than that.
dude,
I don't know. I
like
could be way off though. I didn't even remember the early card until
let
now.
me
So
maybe even see if I can pull the stat up through that. Nah, probably not.
yeah,
Probably
and
not.
while he's doing that, I want to remind everybody to like and subscribe to our channel. If you're one of our audio listeners, thank you. You're part of our new viewership. Just like I said, leave a like, leave a review if you can. We appreciate it. It goes a long way.
Oh yeah, it's got everything, baby.
You got everything right there?
Yeah, so significant strikes. Oh, actually no, yeah, it just says takedowns attempted 12, succeeded 1.
Yeah, see, I thought it was close to something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, I got the screens messed up a little bit here.
12-1. That's wild.
Yeah.
Good for Brad Tavares. He needed a win too. That's what's that? I mean, that would have been 3 losses for him in a row, right?
What did I thought he had a win somewhere in there?
No, because he had I don't know. He had Izzy.
That was a
He
while
had
ago.
he had what's the Ronda Rousey's kid? Freaking
Oh, Edmund Shabazian.
yeah, Edmund Shabazian knocked him out. I don't know about before that though. Maybe he had a win before. No, or no, he was weren't they both like the winners of Tough undefeated or something like that?
Tough undefeated was Stipe versus DC, right?
Yeah, and I think Israel and Brad Tavares were the main event.
Maybe.
I think so. I'm
That
pretty
could be
sure.
right.
Look up.
Yeah, that
Look,
could be right.
I'm pretty positive. I'm pretty positive that they were the main event for Tough 28.
Yeah. So a couple good fights. Other than that, it wasn't a huge
No,
undercard.
there was another one. What was it? One more.
Who?
One more. Who was it?
Who? Tell me who. Tell me who, and we'll talk about it.
No, actually, no.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
On the undercard, no.
See, they kind of do that because they got the hype of McGregor already, plus the hype from Chandler, his first fight. There's a lot of people like me who are excited about that. I mean, they're not going to put a whole bunch of stars on there because they're going to
Yeah,
save them for
they
other
don't need
cards.
to. Yeah, they don't need to.
Yeah, they're going to try to get some people that they want you to remember for next time so they can start building other cards.
Dude, that Chiesa card, that one had
Oh,
nobody.
yeah, I know.
No, like literally all nobodies.
Well, dude, it was in between two stack cards with the Holloway Cater card and now McGregor Poirier.
Yeah, true that.
So that card was probably only because they wanted to get Magny versus Chiesa. It wasn't Magny. Who was it? Yeah, it was Neil Magny. Magny
Yeah,
versus Chiesa on the Conor card and just had no spots left. Like that was like a card just thrown together on a
yeah.
Wednesday too.
Fuck it. On Fight Island too, right?
Yeah, they were out there, so yeah.
Yeah, all three of them on Fight Island.
They did a looking for a fight too with Habib. Do you see that on
with
YouTube?
Habib, I didn't see it. No.
Yeah, they went to some local region with Habib to watch one of his teammates. And Dana White was like a sleazy car salesman the whole time. He was leaning into Habib. He's like, this Dustin Poirier versus McGregor fight, it's already trending more than you guys' fight. So imagine what a rematch would be. And Khabib's just like, okay, man, I don't care.
Yeah,
Like,
he's not gonna fight. I don't think he's gonna fight.
no, I don't either. He
I
said he
think he's
doesn't want to
gonna
hold up the division. He says he's not
yeah,
impressed.
he's gonna relinquish the title. I guarantee it.
So, I mean, I don't know how he's not impressed. Like, we're gonna get into the Chandler fight right now. Michael Chandler knocks out Dan Hooker. That dude, what did you think? So what are your takeaways from that fight?
I mean, I watched it again last night, and I mean, he was patient. You know what I mean? Dan just kind of kept circling out, just trying to avoid the takedown. You know what I mean? be able to be ready to avoid the takedown. I think he just assumed that Chandler was going to immediately shoot for a takedown, which is not smart to assume that. You know what I mean? Because he's going to know that you're assuming that. You know what I mean? And so
Exactly.
his game plan was to be slow, be patient, follow, don't chase, just kind of sit, boom, pick his shots. He kept doing the body shot every time, the body shot just to set it up, and he was going for the overhand a few times, the body shot overhand. But
Yeah, well, he like
missed it a
feinted it.
couple
I think
times.
he was looking for the distance on it, but
Yeah.
once he saw that Hooker's hands were going down when he started throwing a straight right. See,
Yeah.
I'll tell you, when the fight first started, I thought, oh man, this isn't off to a good start for Chandler. I know
me too.
Hooker didn't throw any strikes, but he threw the leg strikes, but
Which were
Hooker was backing up and circling.
He had a cracking leg.
Hold on a second. So Hooker was backing up and circling, and I'm thinking to myself, oh shit, Chandler's just chasing him. He's not using lateral movement. He's not cutting the octagon off. He's not trying to create angles. He's just following him. But then he started throwing the body strikes, and I'm like, all right, so those are landing. He was doing that on purpose to get Hooker to move that way and to only be thinking low for the shot and low for the body shot. So that's what set it up.
The overhand, yeah.
Absolutely. It was a flawless performance.
Yeah, it was fantastic. He did it
and
he was chasing him a bit, but then he's like, all right, I'm chasing you too much. Reset. Let you come to me, and then we'll set it up again. Reset. Do it again. You can see him a couple times. He's almost like getting frustrated because Dan Hooker was circling so much.
Yeah, definitely. He started dropping his hands.
Yeah.
But at the same time.
And that's like a reset. That's a reset. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's then saying, boom, okay, we're going to reset from here. Work it again. Work my game plan.
Mm-hmm. And I think that was a little intentional too, because he's trying to make it seem as like.
Absolutely it was.
Yeah, well, what I'm saying is I think he was kind of like doing that signaling to Dan about like, oh, what are you doing to get him to run away, to get him to do it even more, because then he's going to be like, why would I listen to you? Why would I come head first into you if that's what you want me to do? So it gets him to keep circling that way to his left. Hooker's left? No, to Hooker's right. So he got to Chandler's left, and it was just a flawless knockout. I didn't think that Chandler had that much power though. Like I knew he had power, but a lead hook.
Well, I mean, like, so yeah, I put him down. It didn't put him out, but then
pretty damn close
swarming after. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Good fucking solid connection right to the jaw. You
know I know, it was intense.
He dropped him.
Yeah.
And like Dan wasn't doing anything. I figured he was going to be aggressive. You know what I mean? He's gonna come forward at this small guy. You know what I mean?
Well, he was so worried about the takedown.
Yeah, I know, but
he didn't want to get in close.
You work with a lot of wrestlers, man. I mean, you could figure some game plan out. Then your knees are crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was surprised.
He should have stayed in close and utilized his knee.
Exactly. I mean, when Chandler's going for those body shots,
knee that he does, where he grabs your fucking head and he smashes it into his knee.
Yeah,
that's how he knocked out Ross Pearson. And
that's what I was worried about the most.
Sure.
And who?
I think he did it to somebody else too. Same fucking thing.
I mean, he's kneed everybody with that. I don't know who he's knocked out with it besides Ross.
He's knocked out like 2 people with it.
Probably, dude. On the amateur and regional circuits, probably even more than that. That knee's fucking vicious.
Dude, ridiculous. Because he's such a long dude. Mm-hmm. I'm upset for him, man. You know what I mean?
I'm happy for Chandler though.
I am happy for Chandler, but I'm upset for Dan.
Yeah. I mean, Dan was talking mad shit too. He's like, "I'm gonna break the new toy real fast."
I know,
dude, that turned into a Texas accent. I'm very sorry to everyone involved in that. I'm sorry to people from Texas, and I'm sorry to people from New Zealand and Australia, because that was just a horrible accent all around.
Unreal.
But yeah, so impressive win in the co-main event for Chandler. Then we go to the main event, Mr. Conor McGregor.
My boy.
DP. Boy. Yep, P-Head versus McCapper.
The diamond.
Dude, for real. That was this number one bullshit. Anyways, though, first round. Well, first I want to talk. This isn't an excuse, so I'm not making an excuse for McGregor, but it's something that I noticed before the fight when they were in the warm-ups doing the cameras backstage. He was like hitting pads with Owen Rowdy, his striking coach. Mm-hmm. He was kind of like blinking and like not flinching, but like closing his eyes a little bit on the strikes, and he didn't look quite there. He was pale a little bit. I didn't like it. So
I mean, that's probably due to inactivity for the most part. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Still, they were only hitting pads. Like that was worrying. What's that?
I don't think they do very hard sparring. if they, I mean, at this point, I really don't think they do. And
Not this late out, no.
you know what I mean. I think he just wasn't really used to getting hit hard. You know what I
Yeah.
mean. And also those low calf kicks, dude. He 2, 3, maybe 4 of those can put someone completely out, dude. Those low calf kicks, dude.
Oh yeah,
And Dustin
dude.
was snapping them into him. Dude, holy shit, he was snapping them. I was like, oh, ooh,
Mhm.
ooh.
Anyone who
Never
doesn't
want to
believe
see
the
that.
low calf kick, anyone who doesn't believe how effective that is, my dad was asking because even my dad saw the highlights on ESPN. He asked me about it, and I was like, "Dude, you remember like 2 weeks ago I was limping around? This was the last time I sparred at the gym. I was limping around." He goes, "Yeah, I remember that." I was like, "That was from one of those kicks with shin pads on.
I know.
Like, if it gets you good, that sucks.
Dude,
Like,
they're not fun. They're not fun.
no,
They're one of my favorite kicks, but they're not fun.
absolutely. Um, so I mean, it wasn't like Poirier fucked him up too bad for the whole fight. This was,
No, definitely not. He got rocked a couple times. It
yeah.
almost like I
If
don't
you
know.
were
I
watching
don't
the
know
first
if it was
round,
just
like,
like him kind of being loose and just wobbling with it. You know what I mean? Or him playing it off. I don't know.
I'll tell you that right uppercut, like will hook
Hmm.
like uppercut
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
first round. That looked and it sounded painful. Conor was kind of right, like hearing his power land with the no crowd or the limited
Hmm.
crowd.
It's
That
wild.
was intense.
Yeah,
Like,
Connor's got power, dude. So does DP.
yeah. So it looked like it was going to be going to a normal Conor McGregor fight, and then all of a sudden, halfway through the second round,
Those leg kicks, and Dustin just was like, you know what, I'm putting it on, and he got him
yeah,
up against the cage, and that
that
was
was
it.
it.
You know what I mean? There
Hmm.
was no, I don't think Connor, like I was telling you earlier, I was reading an interview with his coach, freaking
Kavanaugh.
Kavanaugh, yeah, and he's like we can't, you can't prepare for those low calf kicks, and like where he was positioned he had no footing basically, and he had no leg behind him. So once Dustin hit him with that freaking that hook right to the face, once he was like kind of like this, boom, dude, I
Yeah,
mean,
it was when he was rolling down. He caught
yeah,
him like
up,
right in the middle.
but like he just, oh yeah, wrong positioning, wrong time, boom, get
That
smashed
was
with
a
that hook.
perfect right hand.
Oh, dude, literally, I was like, the precision on that,
Yeah,
dude,
it was just a
literally
little boop,
right to his face,
boop.
man. And dude, like all the memes of Connor's face afterwards,
Oh,
it's like,
have you seen the one with like Bernie Sanders choking him out with the
yeah,
mittens on?
those Bernie
So
Sanders,
bad.
dude, those Bernie Sanders memes have been going around for a while. They're ridiculous.
Hmm. So I mean, that really was kind of like the uncrowned championship fight. Like
Yeah,
Dustin, in my
absolutely.
eyes, at least, is the lightweight
Uncrowned
champion right
champ,
now.
uncrowned champ for a fact.
So that moves us on to the next subject. What happens next? And I think everybody knows. Everybody's been talking about it. The Charles Oliveira versus Dustin Poirier for the lightweight championship. Where do you stand on this fight, Glenn?
What, Charles Oliveira versus DP?
Charlie Olives, yes, sir.
Dude, I mean, obviously, I want it, but it makes me nervous. It's definitely a dangerous fight for Dustin, for a fact, very dangerous. Because I mean, Charles Oliveira, look what he did to Tony Ferguson, and I love Tony Ferguson, but dude, Tony Ferguson look like he needs to like level up. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
I don't think I've ever seen anyone do that to Tony Ferguson. You know what I mean?
No.
Like Justin Gaethje, like hit him good and rocked him good, but
Yeah, but that's in striking. This
yeah,
was
exactly. He just absolutely destroyed him in grappling. And this is
Tony's supposed to be the king. Like,
Yeah,
you don't fuck with
Eddie
Tony on the
Bravo,
ground.
black belt, fucking 10th planet, baby.
EBI kid.
What happened?
What happened to you?
What happened to you?
Yeah.
You?
So Charles Oliveira is a dangerous man. So is
For a
Dustin
fact.
Poirier, though.
For a fact. No, I know. Well, that's the thing is if Dustin can keep it up,
Yeah.
he's gonna smash him out in TKO at least.
You think so? If it
In my
stays on the feet,
opinion.
it's going to be a
Yeah,
Poirier knockout.
absolutely.
I could see that. You know what
Absolutely.
I could also see? I mean, Charles Oliveira, I don't know if I'm going to pick him to win yet. I
No.
might.
Mm.
But Poirier could even win with that guillotine.
That's
Because
what I'm saying. That it's a dangerous guillotine.
I don't even think he's actually tapped anyone out with it, though.
No, he just uses it to get up. That's
Yeah.
the thing.
Well, I mean, he almost had Habib with it.
But he gassed himself out at the same time, dude. He lost all of it, all that lactic acid in his arms. He lost. That's like he wasn't able to defend the rear naked.
Yeah, exactly. So That'll be a fun fight. That should definitely be for the lightweight championship. I don't know when it'll take place or where it'll take place. But yeah, that should definitely be what's next. I think everybody knows that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean that's got to be the matchup.
yeah.
And then I think Conor Gaethje. If not,
Yeah, I was saying that earlier.
If not Chandler Gaethje.
Chandler Ferguson. That's mine.
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah. Fuck yeah. That'd be
I don't
dope.
want, I can't. I don't want to do that to my boy.
Why?
Give. You want Chandler Conor? Why not?
Why not? Because Chandler's coming off a win. I mean, Tony's not either, but whatever. Conor, I want. See, this is why. Because like you were just
Chandler
saying,
Conor would be good, and it's a big money fight. It would sell.
it would, but that's not what I want yet. Because I want Conor Gaethje. I want Conor to go address the leg kicks, and I want him to go fight the best fucking leg kicker and prove that won't happen again. That's what I want for Conor.
Oof.
And that leaves Chandler and
handle
Ferguson.
DP's freaking leg kicks. What about Justin Gaethje's?
That's what I'm saying. I want him to go fight Justin Gaethje, prove that that's a one-time thing. Dustin Poirier got the better of him with that technique on the night, but it's never going to be the reason he loses again. If you can't do that, then no more belt. It's never going to happen again.
Yeah, I mean, Tony didn't have the answer. You know what I mean? That was a big thing. Is like Justin took Tony's legs away.
Exactly, and then he started absorbing all the power of the shots in the head. He had nothing, no base.
Tony had no base. He couldn't really move, and he couldn't do his wushu shit that he did.
His wushu shit. Yeah, he couldn't get out of the way. It's basically
exactly.
Which same thing to Conor. Conor couldn't get out of the way.
Yeah,
that's what happens when your leg gets chewed up.
But Gaethje's also he's a very in his actual stand up. It's not as clean as Dustin's is, you know what I mean? And that's why Dustin was able to piece him apart in their fight.
Yeah.
Especially in the very end because of the cardio of Dustin also, you know what I mean? Dustin's he's tried and tested in 5 rounds.
I think the power difference makes up for that though.
3 rounds in MMA?
Yeah.
He went with Habib. It was in the 4th.
And Nate Diaz was a decision and Max Holloway was a decision.
True. You're right.
Yeah. Max Holloway was a decision too.
Was that? Oh yeah, he's only done main events.
No, that's not true. Max Holloway was a 3-round decision. Yeah. Conor tore his ACL in the second round, and then
you're right.
Yeah. So Conor Gaethje. Who do you think wins? Gaethje.
Unless Conor figures out how to. I mean, I saw Kavanaugh talking about saying that they're gonna take this. They're gonna use it.
Yeah.
Now they're gonna adopt the low calf kick.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see how Gaethje feels getting a low calf kick. You know what I mean? That's also nobody really kicks Gaethje. I feel like because they're too worried about him kicking them.
Yeah, Poirier gave him a couple back. So did Eddie Alvarez.
Yeah, I mean, and Eddie won.
And look what happened. What?
Didn't Eddie win?
Justin got knocked out by Eddie and then Dustin twice in a row.
Yeah.
So if Eddie Alvarez can knock you out, that was Justin 1.0. This is 2.0.
Yeah,
totally different Gaethje.
Trevor Whitman, man. Trevor Whitman's fucking formed him into just an absolute machine.
Absolutely. So we got that fight. Now, Chandler versus Ferguson. What do you think about that? I
mean, Chandler, yeah, but damn.
You're picking Chandler?
Yeah, I am picking Chandler.
Yeah, I've converted you.
No, I am a fan of Chandler. You know what I mean?
You gotta be.
I've never not been a fan of Chandler. You know, obviously it's like I want to see him tested against the best. And yeah, you know what I mean? Tony's 4? At least he's.
I got the rankings right here. So Tony is 5, Conor is 6, Chandler is 4, okay. Justin's 2, Charlie's 3, and Dustin is 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dustin's 1 now. Yeah.
I think he was before, anyways.
Dude, I saw.
Nope, he went up.
I saw someone like one of these Instagram freaking things we follow saying Rafael dos Anjos be champion by the end of 2021.
He's back at 155. I'd like to see him back in the mix.
That one, dude. I don't know about
Where is he? He's right behind Conor. Bro. He's right behind Conor McGregor.
I think didn't they even talk about doing that fight?
This was supposed to happen before the Eddie Alvarez fight for the champ status.
That's the fight.
I always wish that happened. And now RDA's back at 155. Connor's right above him. Oh, dude, I want to see that so bad.
Right. Yep. I mean, literally, you can. So, Rafael dos Anjos, Conor McGregor, Tony Ferguson, Michael Chandler, I'd say Charles Oliveira versus Justin Gaethje, and the winner of that against Dustin.
That's a good call too. I like that. I like yours better because I wasn't
that
I wasn't
a lot
taking
better.
RDA into the mix.
Look at her right there. It's laid out. It's like a tournament.
Yeah,
Look at it.
literally. This is the Grand
Rafael
Prix,
dos
baby.
Anjos
Round
versus
2.
Conor McGregor. Tony Ferguson versus Michael Chandler. Charles Oliveira versus Justin Gaethje. And the winner of that takes on Dustin Poirier. Poirier said he wants to take a little time anyway, dude. And I consider him the champion, in my opinion.
Same
Khabib
here.
is gone. I consider Dustin Poirier my champion.
Absolutely. That's my champion right there. So that wraps it up for lightweight. The next card we got is a very important one. Want to take it away while I cough off microphone?
Yeah, I mean, there's only. Oh, I didn't even see. When did Uriah Hall, Chris Weidman get added? I didn't see.
I don't know. I think everything just got added recently.
I just looked it up and I only saw I'm on the fight card on the UFC website and it doesn't even have that.
Oh, really? This is through Google.
Yeah, I don't know. So that's weird. But what does it say? I know
We got-
Macy Barber versus Alexa Grasso, which I'm excited about because I love Macy Barber.
I love Alexa Grasso, so let's go.
Yeah, I mean both of them really. They're both really good. Kelvin Gastelum, Ian Heinisch.
Dude, he's moving further and further down fucking fight cards.
Dude, I don't like that fight for him either.
For Kelvin?
Yeah. He's not a 185er, bro. He's not a 185er. He needs to start cutting weight and stop being lazy.
Absolutely. I agree with you. He should be at 170.
You need to be at 170. You'll knock people the fuck out at 170.
Yeah, dude. And I mean, if he's been grappling with the guys that he's been grappling at 185, they're not going to do shit to him at 170.
That's what I'm saying. Dude, his power is already crazy at 185. He went 5 rounds without Adesanya. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, we'll get further into the whole card in the next episode when we preview it. Who do you got for the main event so far, though?
I got Gilbert Burns, dude.
My man, me too.
I got Gilbert Burns. I mean, dude, I like the way he's looking, man. He's very well-rounded. Plus, they're teammates, so they've been training together. They know each other. They know what's up. And Kamaru's I feel like he's very, I don't know, like just singular in his striking and the way he wrestles. You know what I mean? He holds you up against the cage, tries to take you down, hold you down there, and smash you a little bit. You get back up. He tries to stomp on your feet a little bit, take you back down. You know what I mean? I think in my opinion, Gilbert Burns' striking is far superior to Kamaru Usman's. Even though, I mean, yeah, Kamaru's got power. He was able to break Colby Covington's jaw and whatnot, but I think Gilbert Burns is way more dynamic and he's way better. He's way better well-rounded than Kamaru is. Kamaru's a wrestler.
Yeah.
That strikes. You know what I mean?
I'm not going to lie. I missed a lot of what you just said. I had to log off for a second.
You all right?
Yeah, I've been coughing up a stream.
Jesus.
Oh, man. I'm just getting over being sick, so it's like trickling down. Ugh. All right. Well, I can't breathe.
Basically, I was just saying that Gilbert Burns is a superior striker, and basically Kamaru he's a wrestler that punches. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I agree.
Whereas Gilbert Burns is an MMA fighter.
Mm-hmm. And I got Gilbert too. So.
And a world champion Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu fighter. So.
Yes, sir. So, yeah, I think that's gonna wrap it up. I can't breathe, so I don't want to go on any longer.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm just gonna grab some water. But we're at 30 minutes anyways. We covered everything. So with that, we're gonna wrap it up. Like I said, leave a like, leave a subscribe, leave a review. Glenn, you're my best friend. Thank you for being on the podcast again today. Took us some time to get together. Me being sick and just the card being so late at night sucks. So finally, we're finally back.
Oh yeah, baby.
All right. Peace out, everybody.
Yeah, peace out, guys.